True freedom begins where attachment ends. You are not your pain, you are the awareness behind it. Suffering fades when the mind stops clinging. Happiness is not found in things but in detachment from them. The less you resist, the more you flow. Your past does not define you unless you let it. Peace is not outside, it is within you, waiting to be realized. Let go of what burns you, and you will no longer feel the fire. The root of suffering is in wanting things to be different. No storm lasts forever. The clouds will pass. You free yourself when you stop identifying with your thoughts. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice. A mind at peace sees clearly, while a restless mind creates illusions. You suffer not because of life, but because of your reaction to it. Desire binds you, contentment liberates you. What you hold on to tightly is what holds you back. The road to freedom begins with self-awareness. You cannot stop the waves, but you can learn to surf. Stop seeking outside, and you will find everything within. The past is a closed book, suffering comes from rereading it. A mind free from attachment is a mind free from suffering. To live in peace, embrace impermanence. Your thoughts create chains or wings, choose wisely. Anger is like holding a hot coal, you get burned first. Detach from the illusion of control, and suffering dissolves. You do not lose anything by letting go, you gain everything. True wisdom is knowing what to release. A flower does not cling to its petals, why do you cling to your past? Your freedom is hidden beneath your fears. To suffer less, desire less. An open hand suffers less than a clenched fist. Attachment is the enemy of peace. Letting go does not mean losing, it means winning back yourself. The heart knows peace when the mind stops resisting. You are not your emotions, you are the observer of them. No external thing can make you free, only you can. Let the past be the past, your suffering lives only in memory. Change is inevitable, but suffering because of it is optional. Freedom is found in embracing life as it is. The river flows because it does not cling to the banks. Worry is an illusion, only the present moment is real. Forgiveness is the key that unlocks the chains of suffering. Happiness is not in things but in your relationship with them. A heavy heart cannot soar. Your mind is either your master or your servant, choose wisely. What you resist persists, what you accept transforms. A peaceful mind turns obstacles into stepping stones. Happiness is not something you chase, it is something you allow. Every breath is a chance to begin again. The soul does not suffer, only the ego does. Fear fades when you stop feeding it. Be like the sky, untouched by the passing clouds of life. Expectations create chains, acceptance brings wings. You suffer when you argue with reality. No desire, no suffering, pure peace. The quieter the mind, the clearer the path. You are free the moment you stop seeking approval. Clarity comes when the noise of attachment fades. The present moment is where suffering cannot exist. You do not own anything, only experience it. The illusion of control is the cause of all stress. A free mind carries no burdens. Holding on to pain does not punish the past, it punishes you. Freedom begins with acceptance. When you surrender to life, suffering disappears. Pain is temporary, but peace is eternal. You lose nothing by letting go, except suffering. Desire fuels suffering, detachment fuels peace. To be truly happy, love the present more than the past. Suffering is a visitor, do not invite it to stay. A peaceful heart is lighter than a heart full of expectations. The secret to freedom is to need nothing. You suffer when you hold on to what is meant to pass. Let go, not to lose, but to make space for peace. Accept the present, and suffering loses its grip. A cup that is too full spills over, so does a life full of attachment. Joy comes when you stop chasing happiness. Like a butterfly, you must release the cocoon to be free. You are not in control, and that is your greatest freedom. Release the weight of expectations, and you will fly. A heart filled with gratitude has no room for suffering. Fear keeps you trapped, courage sets you free. Live each moment as if it were your last, because it is. To detach is to trust in life's wisdom. When the mind is still, suffering disappears like mist in the sun. Peace is not found in running away but in facing life with acceptance. True wisdom is knowing when to hold on and when to let go. You are already free, you just have to stop clinging to illusions. Suffering disappears when you stop feeding the mind stories. Let the waves of life carry you instead of resisting the current. Happiness is the absence of resistance to what is. Silence the mind, and you will hear the wisdom of your soul. Your greatest prison is your attachment to comfort. You are not trapped by the world, you are trapped by your thoughts. No one else can make you suffer, only your mind can. Be like the wind, free, flowing, and unattached. Attachment turns love into suffering. A single moment of true presence is worth a lifetime of worries. The moment you stop searching, you have arrived. Expect nothing, appreciate everything, and suffering will end. You cannot control the waves, but you can learn to ride them. Suffering is like a shadow, it disappears when you face the light. Inner peace is the reward for letting go of inner conflict. Everything is temporary, let that be your source of peace. Love without attachment, and you will never suffer. A wise heart knows that clinging only causes pain. Stop seeking and start being. A peaceful mind needs no validation. You free yourself the moment you stop blaming others. Nothing is missing, suffering comes from believing otherwise. Attachment makes you heavy, detachment makes you light. A simple life is a free life. You do not suffer from reality, you suffer from your expectations of it. Everything you fear is just a thought in disguise. Control your breath, and you control your mind. The less you fight reality, the more you flow with life. The path to peace is paved with acceptance. Your freedom is waiting on the other side of your fears. Gratitude turns what you have into enough. No past, no future, no suffering. Even a storm passes, your suffering will too. Everything you own also owns a part of you. Be like water, adaptable, flowing, and unstoppable. No matter how deep the wound, time and wisdom will heal it. When you stop chasing happiness, you will realize it was never lost. There is no peace in the past, only in the present. What you fear losing the most is what you are most attached to. The greatest wealth is the ability to enjoy the present moment. Detach, and you will see the world as it truly is. Suffering is the illusion that something is missing. You cannot change the past, but you can change your relationship with it. No outside force can take away your inner peace. You do not need to be perfect to be at peace. A heart filled with love has no space for suffering. To hold on to pain is to drink poison expecting others to suffer. Joy is the natural state of a mind free from attachment. Surrender to the moment, and suffering will dissolve. The path to peace is not in doing more but in wanting less. Detach from the need to be right, and you will feel lighter. Breathe deeply, and let your worries fade like mist. Nothing can disturb a mind that remains present. Love is not about holding on but about allowing freedom. You are not your suffering, you are the witness of it. The weight of the past disappears when you stop carrying it. You suffer when you believe the story your mind tells you. Peace is not something you find, it is something you become. To see clearly, remove the dust of attachment from your eyes. No situation is permanent, and that is the beauty of life. The greatest wisdom is knowing what to walk away from. Everything you seek is already within you. A mind filled with worry cannot be at peace. Silence is the greatest teacher of inner peace. Fear binds you, but love sets you free. Each breath is a chance to let go. The only real loss is the time wasted worrying. The more you simplify, the freer you become. Nothing external can complete you, for you are already whole. To stop suffering, stop identifying with the pain. Even the darkest night ends with the light of dawn. Peace is choosing to trust life instead of fearing it. The moment you embrace change, suffering ends. Freedom is not the absence of problems but the absence of attachment to them. You do not need to fix the world, you only need to free your mind. Letting go does not mean giving up, it means choosing peace. The journey to happiness begins when you stop resisting life. Every challenge is an opportunity to practice inner peace. To love unconditionally, let go of expectations. Be like the sky, unchanged by passing clouds. A heart full of gratitude has no room for suffering. The only true prison is the one you build in your mind.